I never really considered myself to be prophetic, but today I'm going to be prophetic. 49 years ago, the Supreme Court passed the most horrendous ruling that one could ever imagine. Horrendous not just because of what it allowed, but horrendous because what it allowed was not in the reading of the Constitution, and especially not found in the 14th Amendment. Justice Blackmun said, abortion is permitted because it's found in the penumbras. You know what that means? In the shadows. It's out there someplace. He should have been Rod Sterling. Remember the Twilight Zone? That's what it is, the Twilight Zone. Make believe. And it's caused 63 million lives lost to this country. Imagine those babies, had they been let alive, they'd be around 48 years old today. Imagine that. All of the life lost. Those made in God's image and likeness, those who had so many gifts and talents and love, all gone. Over these past months, our country has been in a state of turmoil. Society is beginning to fray. As the expression goes, it's coming apart at the seams. And we seem to be on a downward spiral. Just let me give you a few examples, and I'll talk more about this over the weekend masses. We have a rise in traffic accidents at a time when less people are driving because of COVID. So traffic accidents are up 18%. And traffic deaths are up 7%. People are driving recklessly. We hear terrible stories about the rate of overdoses in this country. It's at an all-time high. Over 100,000 people have died simply from overdoses of fentanyl, a deadly drug. And yet, people keep taking fentanyl. We hear about the breakdown of the family. 1 in 3 children now lives in a single-parent household, and usually that means no father present. And the crime rate has gone up exponentially. I'm sure you've heard that we now once again have train robberies in this country. This is like the Wild West. And we could go on and on with the bad news. The murder rate is up. A cop was killed again in New York City last night. And what we see in all of this is a disrespect for law and a disrespect for human life. And my contention is that it stems back to Roe v. Wade. Once we make life expendable, once we make life cheap, once we allow the murder of the unborn, we are leaving open the way for all the social ills and many more that I have just enumerated to you this morning. The Supreme Court has heard oral argument on December the 1st regarding Dodd v. Jackson. It's a law that literally challenges Roe v. Wade. Many people feel that because of the current composition of the court, that there are more justices that read the Constitution as it is written and not as it is imagined, that perhaps Roe v. Wade will be overturned. I am not that convinced that it will be. If Roe v. Wade is not overturned by the court, the ruling should be out sometime in June, then I'm going to make this prophetic announcement. This country will be in more decadence than we are currently experiencing. And the country will further divide itself. And human life will become even cheaper. And all of us and our children and our grandchildren will be in danger of losing the dignity that God has given to all of us. So this morning, on this 49th anniversary, I'm going to ask you to pray for the Supreme Court justices, that God gives them courage. I'm not even saying wisdom. They're smart enough to know what the law states. And they're smart enough to know the havoc that it's caused and the degradation that it's caused and the disunity in our country that it's caused. Maybe some of them think that they are going to be preserving the republic because they don't want to disturb what they called settled law. This is not settled law. This is bad law, and it has to be overturned. So pray for them, that they have the courage to do the right thing. Our well-being and the well-being of America depends upon it. God love you.